What is up, fellow renegades across the interwebs? Before we begin the video, as always, I want to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Extinction Team 75, Jacques from Wetterin, Lily Panda, Apprentice, Coma Blitz, Kid Cypher, Sea Raccoon, Aaron White, Gregory B, Fiat Voltus Mea, Joseph Dungan, Chris Andrews, Sean McLaughlin, Mariner, Boy, Mage Click, Snowy, Zachzon666, Cursing Throne 92, Ali Mocha, Duncan, Dimitri Theodosakis, Lily Panda, HEV Mark IV, Jesse the Educator, Austin Hall, Ethan Davis, Commander Nom Nom, Corbin, Ethan Kuyoth, and as always, I want to give a shout out to our executive producer, Bevan Brummett. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, feel free to click the link in the description to find out more. We'll see you there.
Good job! See what happens? See what happens when you're stupid? See what happens? Ah! No! National security! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! No! Let me out of the box! Daddy, please let me out of the box! I'm stuck! Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! I'm stuck up here! I'm stuck up here! Look!
Oh no. He's back. And I am frightened. Oh Lord. So, Maxor, whom is, I'm pretty sure he's no longer a human being. He is now upgraded in sentience, and he is now, like, he doesn't exist as like a human in a human physical form. He is now just memes. He is literally like all the memes across the internet that he can just his existence defies all logic, if I could just be honest. And
he has ascended to the meme plane.
Yes, he is. They've gone to plaid. Instead, he's gone to memes. Just, yeah, and with everything that has happened with Elden Ring over the last, I would say the last few months, like ever since, pre-release and then release, and now here we are. How long has the game been out now?
I can't remember. I think it came out the end of March, didn't it?
Let's take a look.
So really, it's only been out like a little over a month, I think.
It came out. Fuck me, dude.
Or was it the end of February it came out?
I think it was February.
Just type Elden Ring release date. No, February. Yeah, there it was. Just scroll back down. Just a little.
February 25th.
Yeah, so it was.
So yeah, it's been over 2 months.
Yeah.
So, and before that, there were a lot of people that were saying a bunch of stuff about it. And looky here, look at all these ones on the audience rating summary.
It's a bunch of people that need to get good.
Yeah, I know, right? So,
Also, if you're offended by me saying get good,
don't care. Don't care.
It's the truth. Get over it.
Overall,
just because it makes you mad doesn't mean it's not the truth.
Well, Elden Ring, a lot of people have basically, there was someone who posted a meme of it, and here was my response to it. A guy said, "This is supposed to be a role-playing game. What role am I supposed to be playing here? The victim?"
Pretty much.
And I'm like, yeah, as long as your mentality's like that, absolutely. Get good, bitch. Like, honestly, I don't know what else to say.
These games are literally like what it would be like if you were actually you trying to fight these things. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to die a lot.
And failure is a part of life. And, oh, by the way, David Cage can suck my ass. Like, game overs are the fault of the video game designers. I'm like, no, David Cage, you pretentious prick. That's not how it works. Game overs are part of, like, failure is part of life.
Miyazaki literally says dying is part of the experience to these games.
Yes.
So, and he's 100% correct.
He is. And look, you can be mad all you want, guys. Be mad. Be upset. Be angry. Doesn't change the fact that you suck at the game.
If you didn't want to play a game that doesn't hold your hand, then it's not a game for you.
Yeah. It's a game that you learn while playing. Oh, and by the way,
people were like complaining different things about it when it first came out. They're like, "How would you ever know how to find Bach if you didn't look it up?" I found him. I paid attention. I heard someone yelling. I was looking around. I didn't see anyone. I heard him yell again. I was like, "What? Why is someone yelling?" And it's like, "Why right here? Why can't you see me?" Like I'm literally sitting there with headphones on. I'm like, "Sounds like this dude's right next to me." I see a bush that doesn't match any of the other bushes in the area. So I'm like, "Huh." So I take a swing and attack it, and it pops him out of his little like curse and into existence, you know. And he's like, "Oh, thank you," and I'm just like, "Oh shit!" Well,
like, wow, that was so easy.
Yeah, it's like,
it's like a little critical thinking goes a long way.
You literally wouldn't be able to find like the sorcery vendor if you didn't look it up. And I'm like, literally, the sorcery vendor is like right off a main path. That's just an obvious direction to explore at a point, and a little bitty place that like you're gonna check out if you go down that path. And I found them easy. I didn't look it up.
And again, it's just people like
I missed the tutorial room. Like you didn't pay attention to the fucking guy in the chair that's like take the plunge, like that was sitting right next to the hole. Like, and you look down and you can see, oh, this looks like I could safely drop down
I'm
here.
sorry if literally someone saying take the plunge is too high of a riddle for you. If the Riddler were your main adversary, you'd be fucking dead. Jesus Christ. If the Riddler were your arch nemesis, the Riddler would pull out his little special cards just to be like, too intense. No. Oh, one equipped for 5-year-olds. This'll do just fine.
It's like the game starts teaching you lessons from the very beginning, and it's up to you whether or not you completely ignore them and have a bad time.
Dude, my nephew
You
loves
start the
Elden
game,
Ring.
you get killed by something that seems insurmountable. The game tells you you're going to die. There are going to be things that seem insurmountable in this game. Okay, lesson learned. Like, then you start out and you have to look in the room and see, oh, there's a guy here. I can interact with the guy here. Take the plunge. What is he talking about? All right, this game is going to give me subtle hints to things. Take the plunge down the hole he's sitting right next to. Yep, that was it. Oh, here's the tutorial area. Neat. Okay, cool. Like, that's another lesson. Pay attention to your surroundings. Slow down.
It's like no, but I play Call of Duty, and I just rush in like crazy, and I win the game that way.
It's like, that goes to show you why the quality of Call of Duty games has gone nowhere but to shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Look, and we can only say it so many times. And also, we can only offend so many people out there. By the way, Quantum TV is a I'm sorry. Thank you for that, Nick. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did, and I'm proud of it.
Hey guys, welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Elden Ring, or as I like to call it, Boomer Band, is a fun new hack and slash and bash and crash my car, developed by Epic Games director Hide Your Tacos Miyazaki with the express purpose of inflicting pain upon the Gaijin. In this adventure, you play as the famous Video Games protagonist Elden John as he undergoes many trials and tribulations on his quest to fight the entire Catholic Church and kill God. This game is a little difficult. You could call it the Dark Souls of Skyrim. As such, many challenges await the player, and most of it is the work of Satan, as is every game made by the Japanese. Spanning a gigantic world slightly larger than Africa, we will find many secrets, uncover many attractions, and slay the entire cast of the Bible. I've always liked that book. My favorite part was the genocide.
Text is so fast my brain can't read it, so I'm sorry if there's a lot of jokes here I'm not laughing at.
I see a fair amount here.
So we boot up the game and silly me, I forgot to unplug the keyboard so my controller can work. Now I'm free to make my character. Our journey begins inside of the Microsoft PowerPoint, the quality of which being so dubious that it resurrects you from the dead. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Of course, this is a FromSoft game, so Spider-Man is here to send us the fuck back. To our tutorial, which is a whole lot of fun. You know, just making friends, influencing people, and providing intuitive solutions to the issue of life. And with that problem sorted, it's time to take the elevator so we can accomplish the impossible and go outside. Welcome everyone to Limgrave, land of trees, laborious bears upon the trees, and this white person.
Honest, if you're lost, how about you start by finding some bitches? Stupid weeaboo wearing ass. When's the last time you took a shower with your dirty helmet wearing ass?
No maidens.
Maybe if you get rid of that yee-ass haircut, you get some maidens on your
What I'm
dick.
trying to say is, your fit is mid, and you get 0 bitches. Fuck out of my sight before I gotta look at those stank-ass vans again.
As per the words of our friendly associate, we proceed towards the castle in search of some bitches. In Dark Souls, we sought after the Dark Soul, and in Bloodborne, we tried to escape Britain. But for Elden Ring, our objective is to get the hose. This is a game mechanic. You cannot level up until you get a girl boss. So with nothing else to do, I guess we'll have to fight this tutorial boss.
You're not supposed to fight the 3 Sentinel at the beginning of the game.
Tutorial is on how to flee
Lesson
fear and
4.
use geometry. Proceeding to the next batch of enemies, we must forsake direct combat in favor of the stealthy techniques of video game protagonist Rigid Danger Mighty Jungle Noodle, at which point they form a violence committee. Try finger, but hold.
Sup, bitch?
What the fuck?
My name is Melatonin, and if I may inquire, sir, I am in need of a quirked-up white boy who can bust it down sexual style, so that I may make him goated with the sauce.
Okay.
No cap. All we have to do now is kill every demigod on the planet.
Every what?
I'm glad you asked. Long ago, this land was ruled by the great Queen Marinara, who pissed off God so badly that he left the fucking universe. Now her power, the Amazon gift card, is shattered, and her athletic scions are holding a contest to see who can die the least.
So God comes back when I kill them.
No, but you get to keep the gift card. These are the faces of evil, who have all claimed a shard of the card. Some seek glory, others redemption, and one is just really attracted to his younger brother.
Wait, what the fuck?
And after countless weekends at university, the tarnished warriors are called upon to rise from their tilted towers and achieve one final victory royale. Jake Paul, bastard of the Badlands, the ever-wet skelly sleeper.
Also, I have a bad
crazy
feeling about this
cock.
video now.
Why is that?
Didn't you get a copyright strike for Bloodborne music on a video that wasn't a Bloodborne playthrough?
Well,
So the music he's playing right now is the title screen music to Elden Ring.
Consumer,
YOLO.
and least of all, you, tarnished warrior.
at least it's only one
Is there like
strike.
an opt-out?
Great, I'll send you to my dimensional pocket.
I see. Cool.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Round Table Hold, a place to rest, make purchases, and converse with the homeless. Do you sell magic? You know what? I'm just gonna go over here now. I'm in hell. Now, as for our comprehensible friends, we could begin with the blacksmith, but he's a little busy right now. So that only leaves one more person, Fia, the deathbed companion, unique among all women, including my mother, for offering to hug me. Of course, I do accept for gameplay reasons, but what I wasn't aware of was that this one action permanently debuffed my health, and I forgot to turn it off. For the entire game, the effect looks like this, and with that, I've reached my limit for human interaction, so it's
Yep,
time
a lot of
to
people have
head
made
back.
that mistake. Pay attention to your
Jesus
debuff
Christ,
bars.
Stormvale Castle, where we can find the first
Think about
demigod
how
on
you
our
would get
list
rid of it. Think about how you would get rid of it. Think about what she gave you in addition to the hug. Use your brain a little bit.
Our approach begins by moving through the gate. Our approach begins with a battle against the lag beast, but honestly after that, the level is pretty easy. Alright, finally a cutscene.
Foul tarnish.
Goddamn.
Now you're about to get your butt
Search of
touched.
the hose.
Unfortunately, I hate women. That sounds like a you problem, Chief. I am also homophobic.
Damn.
And you are looking pretty gay right now. Hey guys, it's me, Maxor. Welcome to the first boss.
I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer.
Yeah, he's a little bit dumb. Margaret Thatcher is a very strong, very agile, and very interesting boss. Essentially, his purpose is telling you to fuck off and come back later, preferably when
Pretty
your
much.
bones are defragmented from the ass whooping. He combines delayed attacks, crazy combos, and eventually the Hammer of God, just like the real Margaret Thatcher when she hammered English oppression into the once peaceful streets of Derry. So I think I'm gonna take the hint and leave. Fortunately for us, young Sheldon Ring is a game with all kinds of activities to prepare and unwind. You know, like killing the fucking dragon, which for some reason is easier, just not too much easier. For the next leg of our journey, the now disgraced loser baby resigns himself to living in the woods. That way, he can exist peacefully among the giant bears and, whatever that is.
Greetings, traveler. I am the Pitbull of the woods. Have you seen any orphanages nearby?
Why are you asking me that?
No reason. Legend has it that at the edge of these woods, there's a well containing the tastiest children.
Okay.
Go there, traveler, and I will kill the infants of your choice.
Okay, this might seem bad, but I know a good deal when I see one. Unfortunately, I am blind. Hey guys, it's Maxor here. Welcome to fucking
he had a
Space
bad
Mountain. I hope
time.
you like being trapped in Smurf Valhalla because these fuckers don't play around. So to keep things short, this forest is watched over by the spirit of a gentle stag, and my immediate impulse is to kill it. This necessitates lighting 8 fires scattered throughout the sacred grove, or more accurately, sprinting between them while enduring the trials of free acupuncture meets Markiplier jump scare. That is not a sentence I thought was possible, but then again, we do have sentient lightning and Mr. Krabs. So after lighting the fires at the expense of my life, we devour the necessary peyote to enter the spirit cave. And as it turns out, Bambi is back from the woods and they had a gym.
I cannot believe he did this early in the game.
This fight. He shows me
This
how
is meant to
bad
be
I am
done
in the video
after
game and,
fucking
reenacts my trips to
Liurnia.
the Oaks race in 2006.
Really?
Yeah.
Overall, it is a riveting and
Like,
accurate
I am not
portrayal
to the
how
point
fun
of
it
where
is to
this
kill
is meant to be
innocent
done
forest
still.
animals. 10 out of PETA.
Wow.
You don't even get anything from
I went
killing
down
it,
and
just
lit 2 of the
guilt.
torches, and I was like, fuck this entire place
So
after a
after-
minute, because I kept fucking getting destroyed.
Exiting the hell that is Quebec, we head across Limgrave to the Weeping Peninsula, called
Yeah.
as such for its tendency
Like,
to rain and also
that's
the
where
reservoir.
you're supposed
But
to go
before we do
next.
that, we've got a few tasks to do, just like Among Us. These include fighting the sapient tree, uncovering chests that accidentally teleport me to the end of the game, and also the bell, which may or may not cause hearing damage when you get close enough. It even contains the rarest of all loot, a woman who tells us the tale of Castle Morn, a fortress that made the grievous mistake of permitting Furfest 2022 in their local Hilton. Except
Oh my
these
God,
motherfuckers,
really?
my brother in Christ, they are misbegotten chimera, and you're going to die. So as can be expected, they massacred everyone and started a county-sized race war, and now they're sending me to clean up their human corpse ball pit. Fortunately, just like all issues in life, this one is fixed with a massacre. They haven't invented war crimes yet. I like this level actually. It's pretty short, just like this video. My favorite detail is that they gave crack to an orangutan. Oh boy, it's more animal cruelty. We're climbing back into Harambe's cage and there is no gun. You know, when he isn't converting my bones to sand, this fight is actually easy, mainly because his health is the size of my
I actually
prefrontal
beat him on the
cortex,
first
but
try.
even still, I had a
I actually beat him first try when I fought him.
Nice.
great time reenacting the murders I did 2 years ago. And just like this fight, I will not face the consequences. Enjoy this while you can, because we've got a few more people to talk to, such as D, a man who gives us a fair warning about the
Vampire
dangers
Hunter
ahead.
D. It's up to something undead, and this one not necessarily vampire.
Thanks, as well as speaking to the sentient jar, which you may find strange, but really we are all containers for suicidal thoughts. So after quelling his, our new friend Jar Jar Binks tells us to head east to an industrious land known as Gary, Indiana. You know, it seems like we're going a little bit off the beaten path with this one, but I'm pretty confident. After all, how bad can it possibly be?
No. Oh, you are not.
I heard about this place.
That's after the last place he did that he wasn't supposed to do yet.
Oh. I've heard about this place.
Oh, you think Margit was a lesson to leave and come back later? Like, you get into Caillou and you're just like, I'm not supposed to be here for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I dread the moment when I have to return. Caillou is nightmare fuel, like pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah, a lot of people do not like it.
Yeah.
And I've seen memes about it.
Let's go back to the castle. This time, I think I'll walk all the way back to Margit.
Yeah, there you go. Good
Hey
call.
guys, it's Maxor here. Welcome back to the Let's Play. And on this episode, Margit is still hard and a bit distrustful. One might say suspicious. We need to eject him. Margit, more like Marge Simpson. Even with better gear, this is a fight that demands, among other things, awareness and patience. Emphasis on the patience. But most importantly, this fight requires experience. Experience gained through fighting zoo animals, dragons, and even Canadians to squeeze out the narrowest of victories. Just to watch out for the hammer. Really glad we could beat the first boss 9 minutes into the video. Welcome everyone to Stormvale Castle, realm of the first demigod, Godric the Garfted. And if I can't get to him in 20 minutes, the lasagna is free. Stormvale is a complex, multifaceted dungeon with various paths, only one of which is correct. So instead, we take the side route across the wall, past the knife birds, and into a Chinese chemical factory. So after cracking open a cold one with the boys, we ascend the political compass until I have authority over life and death, which coincidentally leads us to the castle grounds, and I didn't know they made Irish birds. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but the clamp of my ass cheeks keeps alerting me growing. Alright, it looks like we're finally making some progress. All we have to do now is get through the, He's quite the, handyman. Knows how to work with his hands. You could say he's quite the handful. Better use this door to, keep him at arm's length. I'm very funny, by the way. Stay tuned for more laughs and gags on the Big Bang Theory, Sundays on NBC.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Odie, but I could not stop myself. After all, it was a Monday. And I hate Mondays. Pizza delivery for Garfield? It's called lasagna. Pizza Hut really ought to work on serving giant castles. I work for Domino's. Then it sounds like you could use a bit of a hand, you know, with making the pizzas. I command you to laugh. Do you know what I've gone through to make that joke? In this battle against Godric the Minecrafted, we put our patience to the ultimate test as Grandpa pilots his fucking mass grave Evangelion straight into the housing market. Much like his titular cat, Godric is a fucking gremlin who attained his abilities by entering Friedrich Fazbear's Mega Pissplex in the year of our Luigi 1987 and then sewed the children therein to his wacky animatronic suit. They call him William Grafton, but besides that, his coordination is subpar since he has to migrate a mosh pit to attack you, and it's quite excessive. Godric holds all of his attacks until the heat death of the universe, which means you have to pay attention to his arm carefully, and that's pretty difficult when he's shaped like a four-dimensional object. I'm finding it pretty hard to keep track of him. He seems to morph around so we fight him slowly and with attrition, like the Viet Cong, dodging, slicing, and dying until eventually reaching oh. Oh god. I guess he didn't need a hand. So to overcome the taxes on his 401k, Godric decides to order a bad dragon to release his inner Todd Howard's The Skyrim. Finally, I have the power to cook all the lasagna I want. Welcome to phase 2, bitch.
What?
Going in portal. You stupid monkey. Guy wants some lasagna.
This is the best game ever made.
Yeah, fun fact on that one too. I actually beat the first phase on my first try and then wasn't ready for the dragon and got kind of destroyed. But then came back and beat him completely on my second try.
Nice.
Because I had done literally everything else I could find to do in Limgrave before going to that point. So
Good
I was
call.
a pretty high level and my weapon was pretty high level and stuff, and I had gotten a lot of experience at that point, and so he wasn't too bad.
Ah, the Round Table Hold, my favorite location. There's really nothing else like it in the realm of physical science. Speaking of which, it's been at least 3 seconds since a homeless guy yelled at me. Let's fix that without going to Los Angeles.
Hey, people.
Oh god.
It is I, the Lore Man.
Oh God, Seth! No!
Awesome.
What's Seth doing here?
Hell yeah.
God.
That's kick-ass.
That is awesome. Seth, what are you doing here?
Bathroom
My
is.
IQ is the highest among all Reddit.
That's not saying much.
Did you know Renala of a full moon resides?
Okay, you know what?
within
Never
the
mind.
academy?
Let's just talk to, this is worse. Let's, come back to that eventually. Oh, I guess I'm stuck here. Fuck. Congratulations, we've made it past the first demigod out of 6.5. I'm sure his subjects will remember him fondly. Remember all those adventures we had together, all those places we've been. That was 10% of the map. I'll probably finish these videos in a nursing home. This is the rest of the game, and wow. I better call Gandalf for that shit because we've got a ways to walk. Welcome everyone to Ligma of the Lakes, the largest swamp that Miyazaki was allowed to build. 30,000 men have already died, and on today's episode, we will be heading to the second demigod on my list nest of political dissidents. Renala of the Red Lobster, Queen of Caria, for at least the next 10 minutes, resides in the magical academy of Malaysia Lucario. And to get there, we need to head across a biological minefield known informally as the Crustacean Nation. It is here that we face our greatest challenge, the fucking shrimp. I'm starting to think that PETA has a point. So anyways, we head through the gauntlet, past the Octo Sketty, and get completely sidetracked until I end up in fucking Nipton. But we're gonna skip over most of the side content. You could say that we don't have the time to hang out. Just know that you can find this area by Google searching Elden Ring Albania. This one is for all my baby girls. I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile. I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect. So after heading through the ruins of my marriage and killing the white people, we make it to the Hogwarts, only to find that the way is blocked by a mysterious seal. And next to it lies a map which leads...
Which I missed!
Their security...
I missed the map! I went all over the entirety of fucking Liurnia looking for the key for an entire goddamn day. Like, literally, it was my day off, and I spent the entire day exploring the whole fucking place, trying to figure out where the key was. And then I finally noticed a dragon sitting in the lake, which I killed, and behind him was the key. I was like, the key, I found the key, I finally found it. And my mind was broken at this point, and I take the key back to the gate, and I'm like, finally I can go in. What's this laying here? Map with key, look. God damn it! Like, that's what happened to me.
I think I remember you yelling, God damn. I think I remember you yelling that, because I think I was sitting in my room, and all of a sudden I was like, God damn it.
I don't know. I know, just when I found it, I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And I was like, there we go. The lesson that I didn't learn. Like, well, I learned the lesson, but I didn't keep my own lesson in mind. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Slow down.
Yes. Take anything away from this, take that.
Shit, this puzzle should be pretty easy. All we have to do is get past the dragon that's waiting there. This game has a lot of dragons in it, so I'm going to keep a count. Just know that it doesn't get easier. So now that we've broken into magical racism land, it's time to enact our revenge upon Chris Angel Mindfreak in one of the most pretty good-ish dungeons of the game, featuring brand new challenges and enemies such as the Spastic Child, this man 30 times in a row, and a homeless guy who helps me extract the blood from my body. Raging Lucario is a fairly linear dungeon with some rather unusual architecture. Now, I'm no interior designer, but why is the entrance to the school a graveyard?
Yeah, I got onto that staircase with that ball starts rolling down, and I had a reaction because I looked up and I was like, "Oh, the fuck!" Like, I saw the ball coming like at the last second and had to jump back out of the way. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, when did this turn into Indiana Jones?
I don't
know. Quickly as possible until we end up near the lecture hall. Singular. There is only one in the entire school. I guess they just do it on Zoom. And for today's lecture, what is the dog doing?
What's the dog doing?
The dog be making some sort of Sif reference.
Yeah,
with a sword in the mouth.
Speederino Doggo, who is frankly an insult to every wizard in the school. Their valedictorian eats his own shit. The gimmick for this chonking pupper is that he combines beast-like aggression with powerful magical attacks, but none was so devastating as when he corrupted my drive, which destroyed this video. The last minute of footage was reconstructed from memory, but besides that...
Oh no.
That hurts.
His moveset is varied and intense, requiring expert evasion or just a lot of healing. It really is a shame that his health bar is the size of an amoeba. I guess my weapon's just covered in chocolate. Wow, this is just like my favorite show, Family Guy. So before we take the 30-second walk to the next boss, I acquire some fat drip so I may no longer appear fatherless. Now on our search for a classroom that can't be raided, we head up the stairs to experience bowling in VR. And after learning how to phase through oncoming traffic, we become sidetracked again as I am teleported straight to the Turtle Pope, who wants to sell me things. His existence isn't explained, and I don't want it to be. Only horror lurks behind that stare. Let's move on to something less disturbing.
He's a good turtle.
Turtle Pope.
I can't believe I went to college without once.
I love that everyone calls him Turtle Pope as soon as they see him. No one heard it from anybody else. Everybody just sees him. They're like, Turtle Pope!
Well,
it's the turtle with a Pope hat. Like,
the fucking hat.
I mean, technically it's a bishop hat, but yeah.
Well, technically, yeah, but still.
Everyone is just like, Turtle Pope!
Turtle Pope!
I saw him, I was like, Turtle Pope!
I said less disturbing.
Oh.
What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 391 of my Minecraft Let's Play.
This is a preschool, ma'am.
Today we're going to be messaging my underage fans on the internet.
Oh boy. Welcome, one and all across, to Child Slaughterfest 2002-2s. That's right, this is an American school after all. And in this battle, we're going to be teaching these kids the harsh realities of the hood. Now, I know what you're going to say, and hopefully it's not a police report. Maxor, this fight looks kind of easy, like taking candy from a baby if the candy was their still beating heart. This is accurate. In fact, all you have to do is find the correct one to turn inside out, at which point Renala basically lets you go to town. The reason for this is that we aren't fighting a demigod. This is the demigod's ex-wife, who was dumped after she gave birth to 30 of herself. To some extent I can understand, but goddamn that child support. Kinda feel like I'm doing him a favor.
Except for this is also the first phase.
What the fuck?
And about like 30 to 45 minutes ago, I beat
No!
so goddamn that I can't even feel my left leg.
Oh,
my
no.
left leg has been totally numb.
I remember that. I remember seeing that, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, that killed me instantly when I got to the second phase. The first time I was like, are you shitting me? I didn't even get to try.
This fight is essentially Dark Susquindlin if he/them were a good boss, using a vast array of magic, other bosses, and the power of Goku to socially distance your skull from your neck, but even still, it's very manageable if you have any semblance of patience. My editing might tell you something about how I did. 70% of this fight is waiting for my turn. It's like I'm trying to stab Julius Caesar.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so we can take this video to the moon.
So after sufficient damage is dealt, we find out that her second phase has a second phase and its other bosses, including, of course, this bastard again and the actual straight-up pack of wolves. Just make sure that you don't die, otherwise it's back to the daycare. Needless to say, this fight is a visual and gameplay feast, and by that I mean it does not end. The divorce may have hit hard, but it is hitting me harder, so let's do to her life what her husband did to the marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the camera. I fucking hate this place. It's making me want to minimize the amount of air I breathe.
Greetings again, Tarn.
Yeah, okay.
What knowledge do you seek that brings you to my domain?
Okay, so I've been to Red Lobster once already. Where do I go next?
Caillou.
What?
You must continue your adventure in Caillou. Is that a problem?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong with Caillou. Hey guys, needs McTherapy here. Today we're gonna be
except for not exactly. Because, okay, so here's the thing, and I finally found a map that makes a lot of sense for this, and it took me forever to realize this until I'd already basically ruined my ability to distinguish between areas of the map. Each of the areas of the map is covered with a fog at the beginning of the game, and you get a map marker that opens it up and shows you the actual map, right?
Yeah.
So, the first map marker you get in Limgrave is for northern West Limgrave. So if you were smart, which I'm not, you would go and explore everything that you just opened on the map in Northwest Limgrave first. So now, you have to kind of ascertain, I guess by going to a couple other areas and kind of gauging how bad you get your ass kicked, where you would go next, right? So, the next technical area is actually East Limgrave. So you would go over where the bears are at, and you would get that map marker. And you wouldn't go down the well, because if you go down the well, you could easily ascertain that maybe you're not supposed to be there yet, but Maxor did it anyways. So once you finish up with East Limgrave, sans the well, you go to South Limgrave, the Wailing Peninsula. Then you go through Stormvale, the castle, and up to the lakes. Once you get to the lakes, you are actually only supposed to be doing the middle southern part of the lake where the academy's at first.
Yeah.
Then, once you beat the academy, you go to the east side of the lakes. Do all the stuff on the east side of the lakes, then you go down a well there. And that's when you do the other river. I think it's called the Ainsel River. And
Anal River?
Ainsel River, whatever.
I'm joking.
But basically, you do that whole part. And then you come back up, and then you go back to the west side of the lakes, and you do that whole part. Then you go to the Safria River, the well, over there. Then you go to Caillou. So there's actually a whole bunch of stuff to do to get you to a level that Caillou is not goddamn terrifying, basically.
Okay.
It's still pretty terrifying, but it's less terrifying by that point. So see, I've not gone back yet because I'm still doing Ainsel and Sophria before I even try Caillou because fuck that place.
I wonder if he's going to have the same realization. I guess we'll see.
Welcome to Caillou. It's basically made of German bedtime stories. Who can forget such legendary tales as Der Vogel, Der Backpfeifengesicht, and most terrifying of all, Das Kinderschredder. I'm sorry if you speak German, by the way.
That's Child Shredder.
Yeah.
And on today's episode of Amnesia the Dark Descent, we are invited to a festival and slumber party where the sleep is permanent, all for a chance to face off against the third demigod on my Club Penguin friends list. Starscourge Radahn, captain of the hospice, resides within the walls of Redmane Castle, where every year he throws a party to see who can keep their limbs the longest. The price of admission is just getting anywhere near him, because sometimes life is just a Bulgarian and you are an unstolen car. So we ride vaguely and in some direction, encountering many horrifying creatures beyond the reach of God and locking myself in the cum dungeon. The other kids laughed at me. They called me Jizzy Johnson, but now it is I who is laughing at them.
Oh no!
Oh, cool! It's another dragon, and this one is quite the special encounter because we get to fight him in the volume of an aquarium. He can't really touch anything, otherwise he decouples his existence. Hey, what's up, guys? Maxor here, and today we're gonna be gaming on the moon because that's what this shit feels like. In fact, I heard you like dragons so much that I made an entire part of the map called Dragon Barrow, and I filled it with, you guessed it, an obscene quantity of dragons. Because truly, we have not.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. There's actually a whole area called Dragon Barrow that's just fucking filled with dragons.
Box. So far, we've seen a lot of traumatizing things, enough to give half of all American politicians cardiac arrest, but I've been saving the best for last, and by best, I mean the most evil game design ever conceptualized. The Swamp of Aeonia lies just within the center of Caillou and contains enough AIDS to make Ronald Reagan sweat. This region, and pretty much all of Caillou, but mostly this fucking abomination, is infested with scarlet rot, which is like poison if it was made of radium, and get this, it's spreading. You can't even use a horse to bypass the radiation, because an NPC just invades you in the middle of the swamp. It's like I can hear the dulcet tones of the game director laughing at me. For your crimes, I am sending you to the moon. This place is filled with all kinds of new and interesting ways to die, and my favorite lies at the center of the swamp, where we can find Commander O'Neill and his Bostonian ketamine mafia. Surprisingly enough, this is the only thing here that can't kill me. His moveset is so simple it's Amish accessible. You could build a barn around him in the time it takes for him to do damage. Maybe this boss would be better with a second phase, one where he whips out his lightning cock and pulverizes me until I'm gravel. But you know, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Also, he drops his ketamine needle, which I will now put to very good use. You're a horse, right? We're in Redmane Castle now. This entire level can be skipped because I think the devs realized that Caillou is the actual level. Do you even know how many dogs were euthanized on my way here? Don't worry, you aren't actually missing anything unless you're a big fan of cats, such as life on the Serengeti. So, welcome to the Festival of Ramadan. There are 2 attendants in total, and one of them is this guy.
Hello again, Tarnished. How was your journey down the well?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm just passionate about my cuisine. Speaking of which, did you ever find those children I talked about?
Welcome one and all cost to Child Slaughterfest 2008. No.
No.
Shame.
You know what? Maybe the jar will be a bit up. Okay, never mind. So in a stroke of obscene luck, we find a mostly sane person who tells us via YouTube Rewind that Radahn is not here, technically. You see, this castle is his euthanasia clinic, and we are going to pull the plug. I'm sorry, Grandpa, I have to charge my Switch. His consciousness has been gone for several hundred years due to the demigod Molania, who is the Blade of Mikola, by the way, but that is a story for later. Essentially, his mind was eaten by the Scarlet Rot, but this man is literally too angry to die, and we are attempt number 500 to kill him. So, I'm liking these odds. I'm just built differently. Very Will Smith-friendly. Let's, go start the mercy killing. And, why is he so far away? Are those summon signs?
Yeah, so they actually nerfed this boss with a patch.
They had to nerf him?
Yeah, like everyone was complaining about him because they said he was unfair to melee characters. And come to find out, most people also hadn't been leveling Vigor by the time they got to this point in the game. So, you know, they were getting one-shot by stuff that shouldn't have one-shotted them.
I just love the fact, like, are those summons dead?
Open world RPG where I roleplay as the victim, and today...
That's the meme. It's like I keep seeing that meme all over the place. It's like, what's my role here? The victim?
We're doing one of the best fights in all the video games. Starscourge Radahn is a big, buff, absolute unit of a boss whose only instinct is recycling your flesh back into the ecosystem. But you are not alone in this battle. There is no limit on how many people you can summon, and if they die, then you can just do it again. I'm sure they won't mind. I have essentially converted the game into an RTS. Gotta fight Raid Boss Radahn in World of Employee Harassment. Now, you can fight him alone as a real gamer, but why would you? This is a goddamn festival, and I will not be having sex by myself. Before you can even reach him, Radahn is sniping your ass with the accuracy of my opinions on the internet and firing a frankly suspicious amount of arrows from God. If you want to exercise the privilege of fighting him, you have to earn it, and that is the easy part. Even with summons, you need to pay full attention to his moveset, as his attacks swing wider than American elections and hit harder than a freight train on a semi. Now, you may have already noticed, but that is a comically small horse. It's like I'm looking at Shaquale O'Nale. This is because, in addition to being built like a steel mill, Radahn has the power to defy gravity, which constantly gets him into fights with solar bodies. This man is skateboarding a horse and holding back the stars while killing everyone he comes into contact with, and he does it from the hospice. Radahn is an absolute god among chads, and this fight's intensity lives up to that and then some. And that is just phase 1. Phase 2 starts when he, jumps into the upper atmosphere.
Holy shit.
Damn.
I'm technically saying spoilers at this point, but it's like, I already kind of knew about him. I just didn't know exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he is a thick one. Oh god, I think my Zodiac just killed itself. This is sure to negatively affect the trout population. Won't someone please think about the economy?
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
So just so y'all know, I'm having a hard time finding the time as well as the motivation to finish the game right now. But I still don't want the latter half of the game spoiled for me, so whenever part 2 of this comes out, feel free to request it, but I probably won't be here for it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So I'll have to leave it to Nate, maybe Chad or something.
We'll see. But anyway, yeah, that was a hell of a summary. Wouldn't call it incorrect. I'd just call it a summary, a memory of Elden Ring. Jesus, what a friggin' again.
Well, there's a lot of cool lore to some of the parts that he was talking about that you don't really know still because he turned it into memes instead. But like, yeah, I mean, it's still, that's pretty great.
Again, Maxer's just ascended to memehood, and it's and we're all victims because of it. God. Anyway, so yeah, an incorrect summary of Elden Ring Part 1 by Maxor. A lot of you have requested this. A lot of you have requested this on Discord. Holy crap. I think when this dropped, we had one person request it, and that one request got, I think, 10 upvotes. And then after that, it was like 3 or 4 more people suggested it. And then, all of them had like 6 upvotes on. I'm like, Jesus, people really want to see this. And here we are. So, anyway, everyone out there, thank you all very much for tuning in. Once again, if you want to check out more from Maxor, feel free to click his name in the title of the video. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye.